Today we are going to explore the book The Secret History written by Donna Tartt. So if you love dark academia or moral ambiguity, or you just want to lose yourself in one of the most atmospheric novels that ever been written, you are in for it. Let's get into it. The Secret History was Donna Tartt's debut novel, which was published in 1992, and it's one of those books which quietly changed the literary landscape. And though not being a particularly traditional thriller, it does start with a murder mystery, and then it takes you back to the story, through how it happened and why it happened. Then, about the story, we can say that the book is slow, the book is deliberate, it's deeply psychological. Think of it as a cross between a Greek tragedy and a campus novel. The story follows Richard Papin, who is the narrator of the story, who is a California native who transfers to a liberal arts college in Vermont. He then becomes part of the tight-knit elite group of classics students, who just want to learn Greek language, which is taught by a charismatic professor called Julian. And let's say they just get into some kind of spiral, and it becomes hard for them to get out of it. Now, if we talk about why people love it, or I might like it, so it's the prose, it's the characteristics, and it's the creeping dread that builds page by page. That Donna Tartt doesn't just tell you a story where she immerses you into a different kind of world. It's like the dark academic world where beauty and depravity exist dangerously intertwined. Alright, so from this point on, there will be some spoilers. So if you haven't read the book, you just want to go to the line, pause here, and come back when you have finished the book. Let's just get into the heart of the Secret History. So, we know from page 1, if you read the prologue of the book, so there's this character Bunny who dies. How he dies is not known yet, but we just know in the prologue that he dies. That's a mystery, that's a murder mystery. Now he is pushed off the cliff by his close friends, actually the best friend. Actually, Bunny thinks that he's the best friend. And the rest of the novel just unravels why it had to happen and what comes next. Richard joins a group of 5 eccentric students. Their name is Henry, Henry Winter. Then we have the Bunny, then we have the Francis, and the twins Charles and Camilla. So they are obsessed with ancient Greek language, ancient Greek mythology, everything about ancient Greek. They live in a near isolation state and engage in intense philosophical activities, discussions, and even the murder led to the murder also was a result of this kind of discussions. So the murder is not a random act, it stems from a Dionysian ritual which just went wrong. One that leads to a man's death, which Bunny discovers and tries to expose. To protect themselves, the group decides Bunny had to die. Now, but that's only the beginning. The second half of the novel explores the emotional collapse that follows guilt, paranoia, addiction, obsession. It's a slow motion train wreck and you can't look away. Let's talk about the characters, because this book doesn't work without them. So Richard is the outsider, the narrator who came from California, remember? So he is unreliable, quietly ambitious, and utterly seduced by the group's world. But his passivity is disturbing. Henry is the intellectual ringleader and cold and calculating and often intimidating. So he's almost sociopathic, but strangely compelling. Think if Sherlock Holmes besides murder was justifiable in the name of aesthetics. Bunny is the most controversial. He's racist, homophobic, and obnoxious, but also the only one who doesn't pretend to be something he is not. Francis, Charles, and Camilla each carry their own damage. The twins' relationship is complicated. Like, Francis is witty but tormented. So things like that is happening with all the 5 members of that group, or the other group of students who are taking Greek classes. So themes here include moral ambiguity. So no one is truly good here. Everyone is like culpable. Now, class and elitism. Now, Richard comes from poverty, the group is wealthy, and that disparity underscores everything. Aestheticism versus ethics is also present here. So the group is obsessed with beauty, literature, and mythology, but it blinds them to the consequences of their actions. Isolation and influence. So Julian, the professor, cultivates a closed-off world where his students detach from reality. The detachment is their downfall after all. Let's talk about the atmosphere and style then. So Tartt's writing is kinda hypnotic. Like, her power is dense, lyrical, and laced with classical references, but never pretentious. The pacing is slow, but that's the point. It mirrors their characters' decent settings. The settings have the snowy, that ivy-covered Hampton College, and then it becomes almost another character in the book, right? The whole atmosphere feels dreamlike, and then we have the suspended in time. You don't read the secret history, you kind of live in it. Now, the question, like, should you actually try reading this book, The Secret History by Donna Tartt, if you're into character-driven fiction, if you love dark academia, or if you want a book that quietly burrows into your brain and stays there, you absolutely should. If you've already read it, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Who's your favorite character? Do you think Henry was truly evil or just lost in his own myths? Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button for the deep dives into the literary fiction. Thanks for watching, and remember, beauty is terror, as Julian said.